Alright, hello and welcome back to the next episode of Cities Skylines, where we have been building Eolandi. I've just forgotten to do something, give me a sec. Great way to start an episode. Let me just turn down the main volume a bit more. Let's just turn off the game volume for now, because the recording software doesn't actually take into account what it's set at. Well, we have been building Eolandi, in infinite money, heavily modded, just building what we want, you know? And I think it's coming out really well. Last time we built this area, and it's littered with lots of different assets, Smiles's, and other people's as well. But I have an edit to make. Ignore the traffic. I have a bit of an edit. Smiles has just dropped 2 more assets, and naturally we need to build them. I'm just going to let this bus run round the turnaround quickly. There we go, pause it. Bulldoze the turnaround. I know, radical, but we need to find space for these new assets. And today we are going to be expanding over here, and we're going to have a bit of an zone kind of like this of the I've forgotten what they're called, but these buildings, yeah. Because I feel like it, and I think it will fit well next to this. We'll be sorting out this cliff like we did over here. We do need to find a way to build on this. I don't know what we're going to build. It could be like a park, actually, because we're not building a realistic city. We're building what we want. So, you know. Alright, so here we go, and if we could get, that's that one, yeah, I want this street, just quickly, and then curve it around this way, because I have got a few more assets to add, that didn't build. Come to here, get that road guideline, get that nice curve, bulldoze this, I'm afraid. There we go. I think that's quite nice. And I love this street. This is just such a beautiful asset. It's really well done. I can't remember who it's by, but whatever, whatevs. I think we're going to go into this, also have some hotels I might want to, I'm going to add through this. This is something I will use at some point, but not today. Again, with this is another thing I'm going to use, but not today. It was, well, no. Issue. Cannot find it. So maybe, just for now, well, we can type in condo, see what we get. Okay, just for now, we're going to, well, first we're going to look for the high rise. I think this is the one we were looking for, and I think that's going to fit in well here on this corner. Actually, yeah, that's a good spot for it. And then I think we're going to come through with these assets. Breathing room for a bit of pathway, and come through and use a bit of magic. I think these are pretty good assets. I wouldn't say they're Smiles level quality, but you know, they're pretty decent. Go up a bit, go down a bit, and Just going to move it, mod these together to get that good. Could we have this and then this? The metro line's going well. Oh yeah, I need to add in. I'm just going to quickly go here and throw in a 1U one-way bus. I don't want the buses coming down here, so I'm going to make the turnaround over here. We're going to be extending the bus line, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like, it's just got to get the job done. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Back to find it. Sorry, I'm pressing buttons I don't need to press. Anyway, just try and get this flush with the other building. And then if I could go back down to this one. Oh, whoops. That's annoying. I want to go back down to this one. Maybe I'll end that there. Actually. I know, I'm very decisive, aren't I? Such a good content creator. That will not do. But I'm actually fine with it being a bit merged into the building. Now we've got a bit of space, and I think we're going to give it, again, that breathing room it needs. What we're going to do with this building, obviously, this. And we are going to bring this forwards, this one. Because I think a bit of variety is always good. Might actually, no. When we get to the straight, properly straight section. I thought I made this straight, but obviously not. So I'm going to have to bulldoze it, because otherwise it's going to be an absolute pain. Go with this, and just take it straight across. Curve it round to get that road guideline snap that we all need. And then into there. And not perfectly straight, so I'm just going to straighten it with a bit and move it. There we go. And then get a bit of this as well. I'm going to squeeze a path down there. Mainly because I don't want to muck around with the grid too much. Maybe if we could make a bit of a block there. If we were to get a little plain street, not pedestrian, just plain. Ooh, that's where we want it. And we want to just come back here. If we could. Is that what we want? Yes, that is. Now we know we can come out here. And it is a plain street, so I don't mind it too much, but it clips with the building. And I think actually we're going to finish this off. We get a bigger one. Which one's a big one? Five-story, four-story. Well, actually, that could be quite tasteful, and I think this is the Smiles asset that I wanted to put in here, and I think that's going to look good there. This is great because we're getting that. Ooh, you're complaining about noise. Well, there is a medical clinic just there, so I'm sure they'll be with you in a minute. It's pretty good. I think that is a good talk about the height elevation. It goes up to that. So that is a bit of a jump, but it's on the main road where I think we're going to have a bit of commercial. And over here maybe we could stick in, that's a bit small. well, maybe we could stick in some of these. And then always talking about that breathing room, we can't have our blocks being too big, otherwise they get a bit ugly. I'm going to allow that because I want to just be able to work with the grid. The grid is my friend, not my enemy. Okay, now they're really complaining about water, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw... Why am I doing the roads? Why? There we go. We have plenty of water availability. There we go. Perfect. And I actually think that these will look pretty good here. What's the difference between these two? Not entirely sure. This is 1 and 2. They look exactly the same to me, so I think we're just going to plonk in a few of those there. And then that's going to be good. I think that will work fabulously. Don't worry, this will be filled in with a park maybe, or over here with a park maybe at the end. But I want to move on right now, so I'm just going to get out my slope tool, and we've got a lot of space to work with here. So if we could get a big brush, and that, I think if we could get the brush a bit bigger, I think that would be perfect. And then get a bigger smoothie brush. And I mean, this will be a bit of a challenge to work on this slope, but I think it will be pretty fine. And again, we just take this down like that. I'm struggling a bit the game, so we're just going to do that again. Just keep holding it down, because I actually have been really lucky. I've never had a crash with Cities Skylines. It's very good in that way. So if we press undo terrain modification, how bad is this hill anyway? It's not too bad. If we want to click from down here, drag it just a little bit, I think that will be nice. And then if we smooth it out up here, maybe take down the brush size a little bit more. That's not smoothing gun, this is what I want, the smoothing gun. Level terrain, pull the terrain out. And just get the smoothing gun out and just smooth around these edges. Get a bit less of a sharp cliff. And I don't actually mind this steep hill that much. You know, just have a bit of a natural barrier between developments. What road are we going to want? We're going to probably want to get a 2U. I think it'd be nice to just go for the one with the grass median. I think. And take this out from here. No, because we don't want to be increasing the amount of traffic on here. Do I mind that kink? Not particularly, no. Could just be where stuff happens. And what I want, I'm feeling a bit of a windy neighbourhood. Not quite like this, a lot more space efficient, but a bit windy. Come here and go straight through. Hello, I did not say stop. Hello. Into there. If we could do that again, that would be lovely. I think this is actually working out really well, and we want to take it out like this and swing it round into there. And we're getting these lovely curves, but we're also thinking about the way it's designed. We don't just want to smash roads in there. Because in Elton, our last cities build, which I don't recommend watching, it was absolutely horrific. We did just that, and it was just a mess. And actually, why I think we can squeeze that into there. It is a bit annoying with the way it goes down into a road, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I am. I'm fairly confident I am. And just have that end there. I think we'll use this and cut across into here. This can be a bit of a park. In fact, I think we are going to have a bit more park. So I'm not happy with the way that's gone with the zoning. So actually instead what I'm going to do, I'm going to try not tackle with the main road zoning. We're going to have this, and we're actually, because one of the things I hate so much about real life is the way we have roads through our parks. So that's going to be a park. Maybe actually if we come through here, we're going to use our organic and local produce shops. If we come through here, I'm just going to quickly run this through. There. And just need to use our network multi-tool to lose that node, because it's unnecessary. And I don't mind that extra space, that extra unit, because it just allows for a bit of space. Maybe if we could bring that up to there, that would be perfect. And again, just bringing those connections. I'm not okay with the way that's gridded, and I'm not even sure, do I want it? That's going to be our only other connection to this road, because it's very busy, as you can see, with the amount of traffic. And you know what, just leave it running. The bus line's going to get a bit annoying. Not broken, but not working very well. And again, another park. We want to keep those green spaces available to everyone. That's a very key thing about cities. And it's getting dark, and I can't work in this dark, so I'm going to play it at just normal speed. So I actually wanted that to curve. So if we want to take this out and try and get that road guideline snap. If not, we'll just have to eyeball it. And that will do. I don't mind backing. I can live with it. It's acceptable. And let's bear in mind we don't want to zone too much up. So we have just unlocked a load more space with that terrain tool using. But we're just going to work with this area for now. And maybe if we could curve it into there. I am going to go with move it and sink these roads a bit, because they're all a bit silly. not on terrain height, which to me doesn't really make sense. I'm going to bring this out and get that nice curve. We need a 90-degree curve, please, and swing it into there. That's going to be another green space, because green spaces are very important in cities. The city I live in, London, has enough trees to be classified as a forest, and is 55% of its area is green space, which for a city is just fantastic. We're going to have to destroy that, destroy this, destroy that. And that's going to work well. And I think it is always nice to mix up your curvy roads with your straight roads, and you get a bit of a nice pattern going on. And what I do love here is how this area has a curved road going as its main road, and this will all be developed in time. We've got a lot of space on this island for the capital, and we're already at 53,000 people, and this should be a fair bit of a thingy-mabobber. Yeah, a fair bit of a population increase is what I was going to say. I know I said I wasn't going to expand too much. I think that it's just awkward space, and I think it'd be nice to just get it filled in. Then curve it back over to this road. I think that's okay. I can live with that. And just bring that there. And I don't have zoning adjuster, so I'm not going to mess around too much with that. And just get that optimized zoning, and also trying to save my node limit a bit. I'm not overly bothered, because if I hit my node limit, then meh, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. If I hit my node limit, then the series is done. That's just how it is. I think this is looking pretty good. And again, we're looking at our green spaces, green space, and I think this will be another green space. So if we get out our districts tool, want to make sure we're actually keeping all our areas separate in terms of district zoning. So if we could get our Brooks Bottoms Hill, that is a real place in the UK, because I have real UK place names, so that's interesting. And a lot of Americans would say, oh, you all have weird place names, but the thing is, so do you. So just carefully bring that round. Again, carefully bringing it round. Very carefully, which is why I'm using the big gun as opposed to the small and sensible one. So I think the centre area is going to be commercial. I haven't ever used organic and local produce before, it just hasn't really appealed to me. But I think that it is quite nice, so there we go, we're using it, deal with it. Get out our park. Take it round the road. I'm not that bothered if it's not perfect really at all, and I to take the small brush into the middle, get out the medium brush, and just fill it in, you know. And we're going to do the same with this park. Perfect, perfect. Well, perfect is a strong word. Don't mind the noise, that's the cat messing up the carpet. If you can hear it, you probably can't, but he's scratching the carpet. Oh my days. This is very irritating. Just try and get this in. And there we go. 9 Elms. I think I've been to 9 Elms Country Park. Probably haven't. And take this around the roads. It's not botanical gardens, but I'm going to leave it. Why? Because I'm not changing the names of these places. As long as it's not the horrible American ones in the base game where there's very little difference between place names and very little different place names. I think that's enough park space. I'm not actually going to build any parks this episode. I think that will be next episode. Oh, almost forgot. Do you need to add the commercial theme? Organic and local produce. What is this? No commercial. Oh. And the self-sufficient buildings residential specification. I'm going to go into a time lapse now to just place these in. Actually, no, I'm not. That's skip ahead if you want. I think I might put chapters in this then to make up for it not being a time lapse, because I don't want to make you watch all of this, but I'm a bit pressed for time at the moment. Now, why not have it unpaused? Because you forgot water pipes. That's why. No, we're not going to have the residential zoning. Maybe if we could go up with some offices. Just a little bit of office over here. Just to build the thingies up. And actually, you know what? I'm doing this in the wrong order. I need to place in services, and then I'm going to stop recording, and then I'm going to come back to this episode and finish it off. So, power, we're not going to have enough electricity, so we're just going to have to place in some more. This is definitely going to connect to other areas. Where am I? This is a very confusing window. There we go. There we go. I don't know why it's not showing me the estimated power output. Water, again, we're probably not going to have enough. No, not water. We're going to have enough water. Advanced, Eco-Advanced Inland Water Treatment Plant. Gosh, that's a mouthful. There we go. Perfect. Whoops. Hit the wrong thing. Rubbish, we have got loads of rubbish, it's fine over here. Death care, need to place that there. Maybe get a cemetery there, and just prop in another crematorium there. Healthcare, I think we are just going to go for these. I think they are modern as well. I think we could put in this as well. And just throw in a final healthcare building, maybe over here. Fire. Not that bothered about fire. Do we want to? maybe next to this we could do that. We forgot water pipes, so stop. Don't play. And police, we probably want to go for this JP local police station. Is actually really, JP local stuff is actually nice. Quite like that. How big is this? I think that would be good fare, but I think that'll be plenty for the area. Cookie just stood on my leg. Sorry, the cat has been in the room. That's what's making all the noise. Education. I want to go for something a bit exciting. What about this? Mate. Just don't. Well, I do think we want a public library in the area. And I think we might just go for the base or the JP Elementary School. And one there. And maybe one over here as well. Yeah, I think over here would be a good spot. Could we turn off anarchy, please? I think we're going to just throw in a couple of high schools. Maybe one there, and this is turning into like Services Street. And of course, I picked the steep street. Anyway, parks. So we're going to have these big parks, but you of course need to have some more local parks. Could we actually, I think we could get a park with trees in here. Centre it. That's very good. Maybe get a small park over here. Autosave. I did place it, don't worry. And just packaging. Right, there we go. I think on this corner we can have a bit of a fountain. We want a small playground because playgrounds are very good. That'll do. I think that will be enough. Do we want... Do we want this community centre? Yeah, we do. Alright, perfect. You're going overboard, man. No uniques for this area. And that will do. Maybe... Right, public transport. Just want to quickly look at public transport. Soon we are actually going to edit this station. We're going to be editing it. Wow. Fancy. Because what we have now is... if you could get out of the way. What's this? Content creator pack stations. In fact, why don't we just put it in now? So I'm thinking we're going to have the Sunken Island platform metro. No, Sunken Jewel Island platform metro station in here. And this will require us making a bit of space. So if we could bulldoze this, and I am aware it's very sad, it's being bulldozed, whatever. Whatevs. Oh, which one was the one we wanted? We wanted this one. Gosh, it is big. Bigger than I expected. No, don't play. Right. We have 65 households living in here. We can't just delete it. But what we can delete is this. How many people living in it? Perfect. Progress, people, progress. It is what it is. And let us look at this station. So that I could make that fit in there. If we could get like a road snap. If we could get anarchy on. Right, there we go. Just move this back a little bit and then we can get this working, which will be fantastic. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Again, not what I want to press. I want T, grab this. I love the Picker mod already. It's the best mod I have, I can't even lie. It's a quality of life mod, and it just, if you don't have it and you're playing modded, oh, trust me, if I hold Alt, just get that a bit further away from the station, give it a bit of room. Control H station, same height. Bulldoze that, and we're gonna actually just try and get this running. It's a bit annoying, district. Hold Alt again and try and get that nice, and then if we can just come in with a bit of surface paint. Also, I need a day. I can't see, I'm having a tough time. I do have ultimate eye candy, and I can pause the day night cycle, but I just don't get around to doing it. We're just gonna have a lift with that ground clipping. I come in with our metro. Get about 180 snap. Then curve it in. To get that road guideline, sorry. English. I'm not going to plumb in anything else because I do actually have to go. Don't worry, this is not the end of the episode. If we could get our node controller, hold shift. I just want to get this first for slope and just make it that bit longer. Enter. Just to try and get it to wind its way around the corner. If we can hop into first person. I'll just go in camera mode and watch this. This is such a nice asset, by the way. I think this is Bad Peanut has outdone himself. Yeah, you got the clock as well. Bus route, need to add just like a stop on there. There you go, that's perfect. Just outside the station. And people actually got off even though that bus was already en route. Wow, it's a busy metro. If we could zoom it forward though. And you know what? Just to wrap this off, because the time is 9:30, I need to go. I'm busy. Where is our DLR unit? What on earth is going on here? I think we need to do a metro fixing episode. What on earth is going on here? What metro line is this? Metro line 5. Where are you? You are slow. Anyway, coming into the station, how many people get on and how many get off? 210. That's pretty good. We actually probably want to up the amount of vehicles on this line. Okay, we can ride this one just to finish off this section of the episode. Right, and I'm gonna stick it on 3 speed. We've got 119 people on it. How many people getting on? Not many. Well, fair few. 149. That's pretty good. Because some people will have got off there. Zooming up this. I fixed it, by the way. So it's not a windy mess. It's just, well, it is winding a little bit, but you know, it's not. It's fine. It's fine. Into the tunnel. Busy station. Busy, busy, busy. Are we gonna be full? 184. A lot of people got off then. Oh, a bit steep. But the thing is, it's underground, so I don't mind that much. There's actually quite a big distance between stations. I thought they were quite close together. And here we go, coming out. Here we go. Lots of people waiting. How many people? 173. That would be more than a normal metro could handle. But I think that's just an absolutely fantastic asset. I'm going to stop recording now because I need to go. Oh, it's quite a long episode already. But it is what it is. Hello, I'm back again. It's been probably like, well, because I don't edit that well, less than a second since I last spoke to you, but for me it's been about a week because I had a big issue with my game crashing. But yeah, I've changed the capacity on my buses. My game crashed and every node, well not every node, every junction, all was broken, and it just, so I just had to go with move it, and it lagged my game out so hard, it was so annoying. This is, so I put in a vanilla theme on here, got European Suburbia included in that theme because I think it just looks nice. Then you got, and they're hand-picked vanilla assets, and most of them, but I did get rid of some of them, and these aren't vanilla, these are actually modded, but I think, well, you can tell because they're semis, but I think these semis fit in well, unlike the other semis that we have over here. I think those would fit in well. Can I bulldoze you, please? Why are you on the road? Probably a move it thing. Alright, so I'm gonna zone stuff in, and I am gonna do it like this. I'm gonna snap to the grid. I'm just gonna wang it in. Don't really care. I'm actually gonna pause it, because while I don't really care where it goes, I don't want this, for example. I don't want 1x1s and stuff. I don't think I have any 1x1s in this because those are allotment houses, but just making sure, you know. And then actually over here I'm going to go and say, that was a rubbish thing to draw from. Right, if I take from here, I'll just take out this residential here. And I actually want to get rid of this as well. And this road. And this is going to become commercial zoning. This big blocky area. And I just realised that I've zoned residential on the main road, which is not going to go well. So I'm going to get rid of that residential on the main road. I know, smart, isn't it? Over here, I will, yeah, just get rid of it. Just not going to have zone. Well, I'm going to have commercial on that side, but at the moment, I think the main road is going to be left a bit alone because I'm not entirely sure whether I'm happy with it or not. And when we get some 2x2s in there, we're going to have to get rid of this power pole. Hello, I'm zoning. Of pole. Just weighing that's fair. And then we're going to put in some more residential in. On this side, we're going to again just take this, just put it in. And in fact, I think we will take in this bit. I think that will work okay. And along the back here. Right, there we go. And then over here, I'm going to take residential to there and do this as residential. Snap to the grid here, take this out and use residential there. Residential, residential, residential. Essentially, we want residential along here. And we're going to try and snap to this and take out the, put in residential there without putting in residential where we don't want it. So we're going to put all of this in as residential for now. And we are going to put in some neighbourhood shops. Don't worry about that. because 15-minute city is a very important concept just in any city build that I do. Well, unless it's for teaser Building America series. And so for Building America series, I want to not really be taken to heart. It's gonna probably be like a bit of a generalization, like a joke, but like it's gonna be semi-serious. I'm not gonna go stupid. I'm gonna make it sort of, I don't know, you'll see. That might not happen for at least maybe a month still, so yeah. Or it might not happen at all, depends if I get around to it. I'll remove that zoning, remove that zoning, remove that zoning, and take it from here. And this can be low commercial. This can be commercial. There we go. And I think we can allow that to grow in now. So if we put it on hyperspeed, we'll get some stuff growing in. And I also added some of this, and it's not very much not vanilla, it's very steamy. But I think actually, it's flat, and I think, oh whoops. Sorry people, you're not allowed to live inside the park, my bad. I just press play, it doesn't really matter. Okay, and I'm just gonna let it grow. Alright, it's kind of growing in nicely. It's not really done, but we've got enough houses to get a feel for the area. And the commercials flown up. We've got some nice vanilla commercial over here, and some steam commercial. So I named the theme vanilla because it's just meant to have a vanilla feel to it. Hopefully these will upgrade and get better. But the organic and local produce just looks really nice. You've got a lot of duplicate assets, I'm aware. But these, yeah, it is what it is. I think it's quite nice. Like, you driving down the main road, you have all these. Like, I love this asset. This is a beautiful asset. I'm not even joking. That's really well done. I like that a lot. It's better than a lot of Steam assets. And yeah, but you've got a duplicate. It doesn't really matter. It's all kind of growing in around the schools and stuff. And here's another school because I felt that we needed more schools, and there's another school because I felt we needed more schools. And I think it's all looking really good. So let's get into building transport. So we want just bus, and don't think we want to use bus station. But what we do want is, I want to at least mirror this route for a bit and actually go down here and then mirror this route. I know, radical, isn't it? I just want a more integrated bus network. So maybe if we could, what is that bus? Oh, there's a node issue. It's blue out of this view, but I can sort that just with a bit of move it if I remember. And then we can follow this route into here, stopping there. And then we probably want to come down this way, stop here, come round the park, stopping at various places, of course, near the schools. Why are you doing that? Are you not allowed to turn around? Give me this one. No. This one. Can you get in? Sorry, that door's annoying. You can go that way if you want. You can go that way if you want. You can go there. You could go there. And you can go there. And you can go there. There we go. Now the bus route should work. So if we grab this, move the stop, and move it back. What? Fine, that'll do. And come here. Let's stop here. Stop here. And stop here. And stop here. And stop here. And stop there. And stop there. And stop there. Got a bit of bunching going on there. And stop there. And there. And that line, we'll go through and change the line colours and vehicles after we've done the next, well, all three routes. Stop there. Purely just so we get two different bus stops there. Oh, we're doing it like that. Stop there. Actually, we don't want to stop there, we want to just stop there. And then we want to stop here. And then we want to come out this way. This will be a bit of a quieter bus route, I imagine. And a bit smaller. There's another one of the node issues. I'll tell you what, why don't we come back, just do a big loop of this area. We don't need, we'll add stops as well on this other route. And complete the line. Perfect. And then if we take this route, add stop, and we probably want to add stop, add stop, add stop. There we go. Then for the red one, we're going to want it to come this way. Oh, so actually we don't want it to stop there. We want it to come this way, up the main road. We want it to stop there, maybe at the offices, and loop around and come back. Now where it loops onto the main road, honestly I don't care. That part of the main road is going to change anyway. And I think we might get another metro stop in. Over here, probably, if I turn it anarchy. They're complaining about not enough workers, I think. Yeah, not enough educated workers. Oh, that'll get sorted out over time. Right, no, I don't want that one. Where is it? I don't want that one. Right, can we get one of our content creator ones in? Can we get sunken bypass? This will make sense in the future. Oh, it'd be cool if we could have it coming out into the park, actually. Well, why don't we look at where we want it to go? We want it to kind of come in this direction. I guess then that would work nicely. Right. Okay, a bit of smoothie. Yeah, I added a load of paths in. Sorry, not smoothie. More than single, please. 46 will do. Don't worry, we'll smooth it out after as well. It's just... Move it doesn't work like this. Move it. Control H, that one. Control H, that one. This is just to... That'll do. That should get the station in. It is. Right, and now we can come back, get a bit of the smoothing gun going on. Smoothie, smoothie. Right, let's strengthen this. That's a bit big. That'll do. If we use our network multi-slope, as Biffa calls it, it's called network multi-tool slope mode, but don't mind that. 17.5. Okay, I don't know why it's red, because that is not. Oh, it is. It's pretty. Oh yeah, this is pretty steep. Well, it is what it is. So the reason I want this is because we're going to run some express services. Anyway, now get it back into our Metro tab. Page down. Oh, actually, if we use our network multi-tool, create connection, shift there to there, please. And then get a nice curve going on. That will do. Enter. And I put it the wrong way. Well, no matter, because we can just upgrade this. I still want to be in this, I must press T. If you can hear me mashing the keys, that's because I'm a very skilled keyboard player. Power. Power, power, power. Temporary power connection. Alright, so that's good, that is really good. I'm just going to get a Metro line tool. Once you're out of the station, Mr. Sir. Right, thank you, leave. Are you full? I'll have to check. Because this is going to be the stopper, they can use the outside platforms. Alright, bus, no. Alright, let's look at our Metro. Now, I'm aware this is a long episode, do apologise. We're going to sort out Metros next episode because they're all broken. For good reason, I managed to flood the city at one point, but... Metro line 5. Can we get... Right. Let's look. 59. Do we need 3? We need 2. That's fine. Alright, that'll do. Which stop's got 121? That one. What? Wouldn't expect that. Anyway, buses now. Commuter destinations mod is just very useful. Right, so we want the 18 and the 19. I'm just going to keep these as numbers because they're like, in London, you have like the 381 and the, you know, all these. I think we're going to go for the Volvo on this one. We're going to go for 7 vehicles. Why don't we go for a double decker? Solaris. Scania. ADL. That's the ones with 110 capacity. That's definitely what we want on this sign. Line details. Just give it a red. I don't really care what red. But you need to get there, my friends. Lines overview. Actually, we are going to have 10, 11 buses on it. Alright. Why 11, you may ask? Because 10 isn't enough and I don't want to go overboard. Alright, this one, we're going to go for the that one. We can't run that one. As much as I love it, we can't. What's Solaris? Yeah, okay. How many have you got? Don't want the Solaris. I just went for the ADL. Fine. Enviro 400. I want the Enviro 400. I love the Enviro 400, to be fair. It's my favourite type of bus. I see it all the time in London. And it's really nice. I love the Enviro 400. Shall we ride one of these to finish off the episode? Alright, so I don't end up riding one of these to finish off the episode because all the buses are... yeah, they all broke. The bus thingy, the bus budget was wrong, and it just didn't work out, and it took like half an hour. That's cap. It took like 20 minutes to ride the bus. Admittedly, that was going up to the second part of a city, but I just thought this is a long episode and I'm gonna have to cut this out.